Hello everyone and welcome back to Paper Peony. I'm Kimberly Jones and I'm an independent demonstrator for Stampin' Up. I'm glad to be here. I've been out of sorts for a good year, and so now I am back and I am ready to show you some new and creative ideas. Today I have for you Terrific Toadstools bundle out of the new mini catalog that is on Stampin' Up's website. It's also on my Stampin' Up website as well, and my personal links will be in the description of this class, so feel free to look at that. This is what the mini catalog looks like. On page 53 is where this bundle will be found. And it is a clear photopolymer stamp set with a punch. If you purchase them together, then it is $38.50 for the bundle. And there's also some really cute ideas in this catalog as well. Okay, so, and you can shop that catalog on my website, my Stampin' Up website. So today we're going to do this one, and it kind of reminded me of like a nighttime fairy tale type with the sky. And so I wanted to kind of play with the different colors on this one. So this is what we'll be doing today, and I will show you how to stamp these different colors and how the punch works with this stamp set. Okay, so let's get started. We are going to use some, this is Lemon Lime Twist cardstock, and scrap is fine for this. Here is the leaf that is out of the stamp set. The stamp set's really cute. Let me show you that real quick. This is what the stamp set looks like, and the sayings on here are "You are magical," which we will be using today, "Popping up to say hi," and just a little thank you. There is a ladybug in here as well, which is super cute because the back of the ladybug is also the top of this little miniature toadstool, which is really cute. And you will be able to see this little toadstool and the popping up to say hi in my next video that I will be doing for you guys. So this is a very fun stamp set, and I see a lot of potential with this. So let's get started. We're going to use two different greens with this. We're going to use Granny Apple Green for that light color, stamp twice. Whoops, sorry. Let's try this again. Like so. I usually have a piece of white under me because I don't like getting ink on my table, but for the sake of this, I think we'll be okay. This is Old Olive. So you're going to come in and just do a darker, two darker ones. Okay. You can play with your greens, do different greens if you want, but those are the two greens that I'm using on this one. Then you're going to come in really close. I've got our paper snips here, which I love because they get really nice. They don't jag up your images when you're cutting them. You're going to turn your paper and not your scissors to get that nice even cut. Going into the branches or into the leaves, into the stem, and then just cut them out like so. Okay, and you're going to do that with all four of them. Okay, so now for the stems of your toadstools, you're going to use our basic beige, because mushrooms usually, or toadstools usually have like a really light cream colored stem to them, and so that's kind of where I got that idea from. So here is the bigger stem, and we're going to stamp it once. Okay, like so. And then I mounted the littler one on the back side of this, and we're going to stamp that twice. Now our punch, we'll punch these out, okay? And they will punch them out perfectly and cut them out closer to that stamped image. This is a punch that actually will cut all the way up to the image and not leave a white edge like most punches. So here is that little stem. Now, as I say that, this will actually punch a smaller stem, so it will not punch out the stems at all. It will do the caps, but not the stem. So you will have to fussy cut these out, and I've already done that ahead of time. Okay, so then on this piece of white, basic white cardstock, we're going to actually do the toadstool caps. And I did the dome and pumpkin pie and calypso coral. This is the pumpkin pie. I'm making sure that my mushroom does not have that coral on there. So here is the pumpkin pie, And we're gonna stamp that nice and firm. There we go. Then we're gonna come in and do that Calypso Coral as well. Same exact stamp. These are our chamois, which are perfect. They dry hard, and then when you wet them, they're really nice and soft to clean off your stamps. Okay, so here's the Calypso Coral, and we're gonna do that same thing with that same mushroom. It's gonna come off a little bit darker, and that's fine. Okay, we're done with that one, and now we're bringing in this oval shaped mushroom, which I love, and we're bringing in the fresh freesia, and we're going to stamp it in fresh freesia. And I'm going to come around this way and do it like that and up. Okay, so now we have our tops done. Now I brought in my blends and my white Uniball gel pen, and for those of you this is the first time of you seeing me, you're going to find that this happens to be my best friend. I absolutely love the white Uniball gel pen. I use it on almost a lot of projects. Okay, so here is my fresh freesia. So I wanted a little bit more color on that cap, and so I went in and kind of highlighted those circles or spots that are on that mushroom. And you can also kind of go in and elaborate the gills to that mushroom cap as well if you want. As you can see, I did the white on this one, but I also came in with my Highland Heather, which is a shade darker than the fresh freesia. And you have a dark and a light when you get the blends. And I believe I did the dark. Let's try the light first, because I can always go back. No, I actually used the light one. It's good that I checked. And you can kind of do some dots right there. Okay, and then you can kind of come in and kind of outline those gills with a little bit darker color like I did here. I just kind of came in and did some kind of strokes along the lines there. Okay, on that one. And then on the littler ones, we've got the Pumpkin Pie and the Calypso Coral. And I brought in that light Calypso Coral and colored in some of these, actually all these, or some of these circles. Not all of them, but the bigger ones I did. And I left the littler ones and came back in with the white Uniball pen. Okay, and then the same with this one over here. This one is Pumpkin Pie, so I came in with my Pumpkin Pie blends. And let's do the light one first. Okay, and these are alcohol based, so they're going to come across darker when you first color with them, and then they're going to lighten up as they dry. So keep that in mind, because right now it looks like a different color, but it will dry to be the exact color that you're seeing. Okay, and see, I went in and I actually colored that cap, the outside of that cap, this color. Okay, and then I came in with my Uniball pen and just kind of brought back in that white. So, and there you have the caps. Okay, and you can always come back over these to make them, see how those are popping white now. So yeah, that Uniball pen just does wonders. Okay, and then I use the punch. Now on this, how this punch is laid out, see, it's okay that you bring it in and you do this one like that. Okay, and then you're going to come in, and because you're going to have to be really cautious of your cardstock. See how if I punch that one out, I'm going to mess that one up. So in a situation like that, you're just going to divide your mushroom caps. Come in and just line that up and punch it out. Okay, do the same with this one. Okay. All right, and you're left with these 3 mushrooms. Okay, so now we're ready to build our card, because I went ahead and did the stems and the leaves on this. Okay, and then I cut a piece of old olive, and I want to say that this is a 1/2 inch by 4 inches. And I just took my paper snips and I just came in and real close, went all the way across, just cutting into that piece to make it imitate grass. Kind of gave it a fringe look. Like so. And as when you glue it down, you can kind of fan it up a little bit, make it look more three-dimensional. Okay. Now the other thing I wanted to show you is I used this online designer series paper. I absolutely love this designer series paper. It is something Sky. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but it is on the online exclusives papers. And it is a Sky name, but I just love all of the different skies here. And then the back sides are a little bit more faint. You can use them for anything. So I did use this paper for this background. So you will see this background. In fact, this is what that background looks like. And then it's like a blue stripe on the back. So Fresh Freesia is my cardstock base, or my base. And it was 8.5 by 11. I cut it at 4 1/4 long ways. And then I'm going to come in and I'm going to score it at 5 1/2 with my score blade. I love our paper trimmer because you have both a score and a trimmer in one tool. And it's very reasonably priced. You're going to bring in your bone folder and just fold that down nice and crisp. So then you're going to bring in your sky. I cut this exactly 1/4 inch in. So it's 4 by 5 1/4, or 5 1/4. I was right, 5 1/4. And I'm using my Tombow glue so I can actually get it on here nice and straight, and I can have some wiggle room with it. I do love our liquid glue. Some people love liquid glue, some people don't. I'm one of these that I absolutely like it. Now, if you're heavy on your hands, you probably won't like it, because if you get too much, it will go everywhere. So keep that in mind. Okay, and then on this grass, I'm just going to come in and do like a real faint line right here. I don't want to come up too high because then it's going to bleed out from my grass. And then you're just going to go down to that bottom of that designer series paper and press down right there. I left a border of the purple, the Fresh Freesia, on that bottom. Okay. All right, so next is we're going to glue down our stems. Here is this stem, and I just put like a little dot on the ends, and I just kind of tuck them in like so. Okay, and then I brought this darker one back over here because I wanted to kind of even out those darks and lights. So there's that one. And let's do a lighter one. Let's do this one. I stamped some extras prior to this video. So, okay, so now we have the bigger stem, and the bigger stem is going to go kind of like in here, and you can kind of like put them in between or underneath, however you want to do that, but I'm just going to put that one right there. And then we have these two skinnier ones, and I did one upside down because I wanted my mushroom to kind of lean to the right. So I did this right here, and I kind of, on this one, I kind of went underneath the leaves a little. There we go, just like that. And then on this one, I kind of left it out in the open because there's a gap there, like that. Okay. All right, so now we're ready to do our mushroom caps. And the mushroom caps, we're going to put pop dots on because I want them to be dimensional. Now, when you line the inside of this card, I would just do a white because this is going to be too dark to write on unless you're going to write with a Uniball pen. But I, on the other hand, I mean, white would be fine because you have white on the outside of this card. So, okay, and then we're going to bring in our other caps, and we're going to bring this one right here, And this one, they kind of look like they're a little friendly action going on. They're all in unison. Okay, so there is my mushrooms, and now we're just ready for our title, You Are Magical. And I cut a strip of the designer series paper here. We're going to emboss. For those of you who've never embossed, then I'm going to show you how to do that real fast. This is our, if we do have an embossing kit, which includes all of these items, these are miscellaneous for me, so they aren't Stampin' Up. This is an older Stampin' Up. I want to say this is cornstarch that's in here, but it will keep the powder from sticking to areas that you don't want them to stick to. Okay, so you're going to bring in Versamark, which is a watermark based stamp pad. It's like a sticky clear, and you're going to stamp your saying. And I want the stars, so we're going to go over here. Stamp that down real nice and neat, okay, or firm. Then, after you stamp that, we're going to bring in our embossing powder. We sell our embossing powders like in three different colors. This is the white, and you're going to just shake that over that Versamark stamped image and shake it off and see how it totally coated the words. So then, you're just going to close that up so you don't get powder everywhere. You're going to use some tweezers so your hands don't get hot when you heat this. You're going to use a heating tool. We do sell our heating guns. This one is one that I got at Hobby Lobby. Now what you're going to do is you're going to let it warm up on your hand so it doesn't burn your paper. Then when it gets hot, you're just going to swipe it across your stamped image until it turns a real shiny white. Then you'll know that it's ready. And it is ready. So there you have it, okay? So then after you get that done, then I'm going to come in and trim that down a little bit thinner. Let me move in my paper trimmer here, please. Okay, and make this a little bit more narrow. I'm just going to come in and just kind of come in. I love this paper trimmer because you can see through and know exactly where it's going to cut. And I just want it to kind of come in a little bit. I don't want my banner to be this thick. And I would definitely want the words to be kind of centered. Okay, so there's that. Okay, and I'm happy with that. Now on this one, you can see that the magical goes to the edge a little bit, and I'm just going to trim a little bit of that off because I don't want it to be that big of an overhang. Okay, so there's that. I'm going to bring in my paper snips, and I'm going to snip a banner. You use your eyes to do a banner. Wherever you want that center point to be is where your V is going to be, okay? So there's my sample. I'm going to bring in some pop dots or some dimensionals. I call them pop dots. A lot of people call them pop dots, but they are our dimensionals. You want to come as close as possible on your dimensionals. That way your title doesn't sag as it's going through the mail. You're going to bring it and come all the way to the edge of your card. Lay that down like so. And then the last part is just embellishing this. And I used basic rhinestones on this one, but we have these. And I don't know if you can see those, but they are so pretty. They're like holographic. And so I thought we would use these on the actual tutorial. So let me open these real quick. These are found online. So these are an online exclusive. And we're just going to come in. There's purples and blues in these. And so I think these would be absolutely perfect for this particular card. Let me see if I can't find my Take a Pick tool. Yes. So on our Take a Pick tool, you get a piercer, and then you get one that has a putty end. And this putty end will grab your jewels where you can place them anywhere that you would like. Okay, that one doesn't want to cooperate. We'll just set this one up here like so. I do like these gemstones on here because it's really, really pretty. Okay, and I always use an odd number. So if I do 3, I either do 3 or 5. So, all right, and then see, here is that one that has the blues and purples, and I really think that's pretty. So here is that project. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you give it a try. I hope you like this Toadstool bundle to look further into it and get some ideas. But for now, enjoy your day, and I hope to see you in the upcoming tutorial. Thank you so much, and have a great day.